Arnay-le-Duc. Arnay-le-Duc French pronunciation. Arnay-le-Duc is a commune in the Côte-d'Or department in the Bourgogne-Franche-Comté region of eastern France. The inhabitants of the commune are known as Arnétois or Arnétoises. Geography. Arnay-le-Duc is located some 25 km northwest of Beaune and some 35 km southeast of Soleure. Access to the commune is by the D906 road from Lachinch in the southeast, passing through the town and continuing northwest. The D981 comes from the end of the A38 autoroute in the northeast and passes through the town, continuing to the southwest where it becomes National Highway 81. These two roads were originally Gallo-Roman roads linking Autun and Alesia, then, in the Middle Ages, linking the Rhône corridor to Fères in Champagne. The D17 comes from Marchessuil in the west, passing through the town and continuing to Bligny-sur-Ouche in the east. The D117 goes north from the town to Alary. The D36 branches off the D981 south of the town and goes to Maligny. Apart from the town, there is the hamlet of Chassenay in the southwest of the commune. Apart from the town and two large forests in the northeast, the commune is all farmland. The Arrow River passes through the town from west to east, forming part of the western border of the commune and gathering several tributaries rising in the commune. The Arrow eventually joins the Loire at Bourgogne. The Ruisseau de Barre forms the eastern border of the commune, flowing north to join the Arrow. History. Arnay-le-Duc was the location of the worship of the Celtic god Abylos, who was associated with the goddess Demona. Battle of Arnay-le-Duc on 27 June 1570. During the French Wars of Religion, the Catholic armies of Artus de Cos, Brissac, Marshal of Cos, were beaten by the Protestant armies of Gaspard Roman II de Coligny. This was the first military engagement of Henry of Navarre, the future Henry Roman IV. Jean de la Taille was wounded. The arrest of the fleeing aunts of King Louis Roman XVI occurred here in February to March 1791. During the revolutionary period of the National Convention 1792–1795, the town took the name of Arnay-sur-Arroux. It was the capital of the district of Arnay-sur-Arroux from 1790 to 1795. On 3 December 1870, during the Franco-Prussian War, a military engagement took place here. Heraldry. Administration. List of successive mayors. Twinning. Arnay-le-Duc has twinning associations with Westet, Germany. Demography. In 2017, the commune had 1,425 inhabitants. Culture and heritage. Civil heritage. The commune has a number of buildings and structures that are registered as historical monuments. A house at Place Carnot, 16th century. The Maugres House at Rue du College, 16th century. A house at 24 Rue Saint-Honoré, 16th century. The Hospice of Saint-Pierre at Rue Saint-Jacques, 1686. The hospice contains several items that are registered as historical objects. A soup tureen, 18th century. Many plates and dishes, 16th–18th century. A mortar bowl, 1595. 7 pharmacy pots, 18th century. A sideboard, 18th century. A painting, Virgin and Child, 15th century. The Hospital of Saint-Pierre at Rue Saint-Jacques, 1692. The hospital contains a very large number of items that are registered as historical objects. The Tower of Montfort, 14th century. The Château of the Princes de Condé, 1550. The Château of the Princes of Condé picture gallery. Other sites. Religious heritage. The commune has 2 religious buildings that are registered as historical monuments. The former Capuchin convent, 1776. The convent, which is now the local hospital, contains 4 paintings, 16th–19th century, which are registered as historical objects. The former priory of the Order of Saint Benedict, 15th century, is outside the walls in the Saint-Jacques district. The Church of Saint Laurent was originally created as a fortified chapel for the Château de la Montforte. In 1092, the chapel was donated to the town by the nobleman Gerard d'Arnay and from that time on served as the town's church. The church has particularly attractive stained glass windows. The church as is known today was created during the 15th nave and 16th century chancel and 10 chapels. A loft and steeple were added during the 18th century. The church contains many items that are registered as historical objects. Statues 16th century, a group sculpture, Virgin of Pity 16th century, 6 candlesticks and an altar cross 1860, paintings 15th, 17th century, the War Memorial 1924, monumental paintings 19th century, the furniture in the church. The convent of the Ursulines of Arnay-le-Duc was sold as national property on 7 December 1793, 17 Frimaire year Roman II, and is currently the town hall. The Church of St. Laurent Picture Gallery. Flowery Commune. Arnay-le-Duc has been awarded 2 flowers by the National Council of Towns and Villages in Bloom in the competition of cities and villages in bloom. Notable people linked to the commune. Bonaventure des Puriers, a French storyteller, may have been born in 1510 in Arnay-le-Duc and died there in 1543. Pierrette Claudine Coeur de Ligny de Jolly 1727, a nun in the convent of the Ursulines. Louise There's at Coeur de Ligny de Jolly 1729, a nun in the convent of the Ursulines, sister of Pierrette Claudine. Jean-Baptiste Fondard, born in Arnay-le-Duc on 31 October 1733, who, after a long career, Charles Thevenot de Morand, pamphleteer, spy, controversial French journalist, born 9 November 1741 in Arnay-le-Duc and died there in 1805. General Baron Claude Testot Ferry, veteran of the Republican, Imperial, and Royal armies, commander of the Legion of Honor, born in Arnay-le-Duc on 20 May 1773 and died in Châtelain-sur-Seine on 25 August 1856. A commemorative plaque was unveiled on 16 September 2007 at his birthplace Rue d'Estoile-Tourelles at a meeting organized in his memory by the town, and the Napoleonic remembrance chaired by Elaine Pijard. Francois-Auguste Dubois, born in Arnay-le-Duc in 1814 and died in Paris in 1888, MP for Côte-d'Or between 1871 and 1888. Claude Guyot, born at Chasseneuil on 28 February 1890. His parents were farmers. He followed a sound education that made him a Bachelor of Arts and Associate of Grammar. A teacher of Latin and Greek at a high school in Dijon, he was promoted to be an officer of the Legion of Honor for National Education. Married to Jean Valot, daughter of a former mayor of Arnay-le-Duc, he had another link with the commune. His paternal grandfather was Republican mayor of Maligny. At its meeting of 27 December 1926, the municipal council of the city of Arnay-le-Duc elected Claude Guyot as mayor, and he remained until his death on 30 April 1965. Mobilized in 1939, then demobilized in 1940, he was dismissed in 1942, and the City Council of Arnay-le-Duc was dissolved by ministerial order published in the official journal dated 8 March 1942. On 17 September 1944, Claude Guyot recovered his seat as mayor of Arnay-le-Duc and reappeared in the Joy of Liberation. During his absence, Claude Guyot resisted the call from General de Gaulle and created, in November 1943, the first departmental committee for the liberation of Côte-d'Or, which at liberation earned him the presidency of the regional committee and, in 1947, the Medal of the Resistance. A historian, he has published several books. Denis Barbaret 1714-1770, physician, scientist. Jules Poilot, MP under the French Third Republic. Pierre Munier, deputy mayor of the commune, born in Dijon on 15 August 1908, made a career in public finance and became financial controller of the Ministries of Public Health and of Labor. He made the acquaintance of Jean Moulin in the cabinet of Pierre Cot, the air minister, in 1936. On 27 May 1943, He was appointed Secretary General of the National Council of the Resistance CNR chaired by Jean Moulin. After the arrest of Jean Moulin, he continued the clandestine struggle alongside Georges Bidault, who chaired the CNR. In 1945–46, Pierre Munier, Chief of Staff for Maurice Thorez, Minister of State in charge of public functions. In this capacity, he developed the status of civil servants. Pierre Munier filled many elective mandates, member of the Consultative Assembly. He was elected General Counsel for Arnay-le-Duc in 1945, MP for Côte-d'Or from 1946 to 1958, Vice President of the National Assembly, Regional Advisor on Burgundy from 1976 to 1979. He was Mayor of Arnay-le-Duc from 1971. Jean Nasica, born in Prato in Corsica, the son of a soldier. He became a doctor and arrived by mistake in Arnay-le-Duc, where he settled as a general practitioner. In 1939, war broke out, but Nasica, nicknamed the Doc, continued to be the doctor of the poor, but he incited hatred towards the German invaders. Later, the Germans and Vichy regime became interested in him, and he participated in the creation of the Maquis René Laforge. He eventually died during a shootout between resistance and German soldiers. Many monuments are dedicated to him. In 2008, a fictional documentary was made. It was the culmination of 2 years of work between students of the Pierre Munier School and the Claude Guyot College. Albert Albrier, 1845–1878, writer. Tristan Maya, 1926–2000, writer. Poet, literary critic, novelist, member of the Academy of Morvan. François Duroy, 1884–1914, aviator, aviator, aviator. Paul Lacoste, 1920–1995, surgeon, professor of anatomy, and painter. Television. The town was the setting of the television show Coupe de Fouder au Prochain Village, Thunderbolt, and the Next Village, broadcast on T-Phone in February 2013.